in it! Kill this fuck!
Scoring?
Get him the fuck out of here!
Get this
Yeah!
guy out of here!
Oh my god.
Fuck
Get
yeah!
this fucking guy out of here!
Logging off, boys. See you later.
Holy shit! Jesus Christ!
Welcome everybody to MogTalk episode 155. Today is Saturday. It is January 12th, 2019, and we have a pretty fun show today. We have two wonderful guests. We have Mr. Balana. Balana, tell everybody who you are real quick.
Hello, hey, yes, I am Balana. I've been raiding with Elysium for ever since its initiation. I've been part of leadership there, and I've been playing Final Fantasy as a caster since the 2.0 beta. So, been around a while. Been on the show quite a few times too.
Quite a few times, I'd say about 15-ish.
That's a good ballpark number.
Yeah. So, about a tenth of all the shows that we've had.
Around there.
Yeah. And of course, you guys, we have Arthars on the show as well. He's going to be on a couple shows this month. This is the first one, though. Arthars, tell everybody who you are.
Yo guys, what's up, man? Arthars, playing on the JP data center, now on EU as well. Sadly, drift a little bit from NA, but yeah, still streaming every day. So just in case you want to check out Final Fantasy content on your wee hours, you know, after all the big shots were offline, yeah, I'll call, you know.
You're the big shot, you know, after all the big shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
All right. Well, if you guys haven't watched MogTalk before, we are a show that is based around the Final Fantasy XIV community that discusses everything from Savage raiding to Chocobo racing. And today we wanted to do a kind of review over the patch that was released just Tuesday. And we have a good amount to say. There's a handful of things to talk about. Yeah, Arthas, yeah.
Wait, I think I'm on the wrong mic.
Wait, is this better?
Oh my God, yeah, it's a lot better.
Oh, shit. I was on the wrong mic. Okay. Speak.
That sounds better. That's why you're a little low. Maybe you'll yell.
Oh, I was on this mic earlier. I was like, wait a minute. Everybody say, look, I was on this mic. I changed to my actual mic now. Okay.
You're good. Just don't scream too loud because you're at a perfect volume, and when you get excited, you'll be way past that perfect volume.
Okay.
Oh geez. Oh, and there's a little my browse thing. Whatever, screw it. I'm not fixing anything. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking about the patch overall in the last week. We've only had about 5 days to kind of enjoy it. But there's been some stuff to enjoy, some interesting things to talk about just the state of the MMO and what kind of content we actually enjoy now. It's going to be a pretty big conversation. Before we get into it, we'll kind of just all say what we've done in the expansion and kind of where we are with everything. I have personally done pretty much most of the main content, excluding the Primal. I'm a little bit behind on that aspect, but everything else I've gone into, and I have stuff that I want to say about it, but let's go on to Balana. Balana, kind of tell us everybody what you've done with the patch so far.
In this patch, my team alarm clocked the Primal and got it down in under an hour. So very, very exciting fight there. Mm-hmm. Then we squatted up with a couple other Elysium teams. Well, there's only two of us actually. Then we pugged the third team to clear the 24-man. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I've done the Primal. I think I have 40 clears on it, and I've done the 24-man twice. And I did the MSQ. The MSQ is actually pretty good. Yeah. Pretty damn good. If you like watching them cutscenes.
You pay attention to it. I mean, I have a lot of things to say about that too, but we'll move forward.
the one thing I haven't really touched is Mahjong, but we have a resident expert on this here.
Arthas here is going to tell us everything we need to know about Mahjong. So that's the thing, because I've played it enough to understand there's the concept and how to do it, but this is the first time I've played it, and I think this is the first time most everyone has played it outside of a select few people. But Arthas, what have you done during this patch, dude?
actually done. I think. I'm just looking at the notes. Wait, your notes cover everything in 2.4, right? I mean, 2.4.
I mean, like the main things. I didn't go too crazy into it.
Yeah, I think I done everything. The first thing that I actually did was the primal. Okay, so that's down. After that, I did the MSQ. We played some Mahjong. Just now, I did the 24 man just for you, man, just for today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I think I done. Yeah, everything. I think. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a decent amount of experience with the patch, and overall, we've played the game for 5, 6, 7 years. Some of you guys are 1.0 veterans. I came in right after Realm Reborn, got a patch or two in, and so it's been a long journey. It's funny to see where we're at right now, but that's for another time. One of the first things that I kind of want to talk about is I want to talk about we got a preview of something that everybody's been waiting on, the big crazy new race that we're going to be able to play, right? This is the exciting part for, I think, most of the people who play this game, which is the Viera. Tell me your thoughts on Viera, Balana. What do you think about Viera? Because we know Arthas might have a little bit more of a different reaction. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they had to give us a lot of fan service to lead into it with this one, with having Viera show up in a skimpy outfit. I don't think all the Viera outfits are gonna be that skimpy, but you'll be able to dress yourself up like that.
Yeah, I'm sure we will be able to.
Every piece of gear is gonna have your butt hanging out of a thong, like.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Really?
Arthas, I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Arthas?
Okay, I haven't played FF12.
Yeah.
FF12, right? I haven't played FF12, so I'm not sure, like, what is the generic outlook or the feel of the Viera race. Now, obviously, looking at Friend, obviously, I'm very excited about it, obviously. Now, I'm when it comes to the new race, right? For me, I think that everything has to be proportioned. Not like something is too big, not like something is too long. Wait, that sound right? Okay, you know what I mean? Like arms are too long, necks.
Oh yeah, arms. Yeah. Okay.
Things like this, right? But I also never played FF12, so they had a very. I did a little bit of research. They actually around the time of Heaven's Word, they actually teased us about the Viera race before, right? They showed a screenshot of the concept art, and then I crossed it. I was like, wait a minute. So now that it has almost become, I mean, there are still people, actually, there are still people who thinks that it could not be the Viera. Maybe it's not the Viera. I'm like, dude, I mean, as of this point, in 99.999, right? And then you look at those concept art they put it before, it's like, it actually fits in really nice for FF12. And then, obviously, the big mascot that appeared was Friend. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is really nice. I might consider Fantasia into one or my alt. But one thing I don't understand is, are there male version of this? Like,
in past games now.
Oh.
I think canonically they're like trees in Final Fantasy 12, like the bunnies made with trees or something, and that's how they make more VR. It's crazy stuff.
So maybe there'll be a tree male version.
I'm hoping it's some like short pudgy thing, like a Lalafell plus 200 pounds.
I don't know, man. We'll see. That is an interesting concept, but I know 100% it's gonna look pretty much the exact same body type as the female. They're gonna do male, and it's just gonna be the same body type, and that'll be it. Yeah,
it's probably gonna be a huge dichotomy like they have with the Aura. I think it'll be a little bit more similar, probably like Makote, male and female.
Yeah.
Who still want to play Elysian though? Honestly, you look at their body structure, you look at the proportions. Way better. Those boobs also looks way better. The butt like banana covered. Yeah, right. Who still want to play Elysian? Your Fuji in the chat. Time is over. Time's up. Time's up. It's time.
It's time. Right? Time to go.
It's
okay.
Time.
So
time to change rate.
This is. I have a slightly different opinion about this, just because I like more crazy looking race models. For example, Guild Wars 2 had like Beast. You have WoW that has like orcs and trolls, and they have a variety. All of Final Fantasy 14 is the same damn body type, except for a slight variation with Ro, which is just a bigger version of it, right? and then there's a slight variation because you have a small one, which is still a cutesy little Lala, right? So it's like we have this whole same realm of style for all the races, and it feels so boring, dude. To me,
Actually, it's good that you pointed out. You know again another. I think it's FF12 thingy. You know that crocodile-looking thingy. What is it called?
Banga.
The Banga.
Banga.
I actually, when I saw Friend, right, and I saw the Banga, right, I was like, yo, this one can be a race, right? And even they also have the Lupin. I was thinking like, wait, why are these not in? I mean, I don't mind getting a bunny girl, but have they considered like maybe these can be
The reason
it will look nice, a Banga with that Ultimate X.
amazing. I would switch up. I would stop being the Romoogle right now if they added something like that into the game. That was relatively interesting to me.
Yo, but how is your big ass Frosty a big ass Mog forehead gonna fit into that though?
Maybe like the nose will stick out of the front and clip it completely, which is the reason why we're never gonna see it, because they pretty much point that all of the gear needs to be easy to modify and fit on the different races, and so we're just gonna get the same thing over and over again. Oh, man, why? It's okay to be ugly. Why can we not just have ugly races in the game? Things that we're not attracted to, right?
Play as a kobold.
Yeah,
those little guys.
It's just like it feels so. I know what it is. It's all just catering to the horny Final Fantasy XIV fanboy, right?
You know how much money they can make off that?
Yeah, they make a lot more money off of that.
I'd be thinking how many people are going to be buying Fantasias like once the expansion hits.
I would. I don't do those type, but I would buy one.
I mean, you got to get one for your alt at least, So you just got to have one in the stable.
Yeah. Kurt just gave me a pretty rude comment there and said I have to look at your ugly ass character all day. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. Basically, in the end, financially as a business, it makes more sense to put a Playboy Bunny type of character in there instead of putting something that I would be more interested in, because I'm not that big of a fan. Like, my opinions are not the same as teenagers growing up, I guess. Right?
I mean, if you look at all the Final Fantasy games, it's very rarely you get any sort of like bestial dude in your party. Like maybe a couple in 6. There's like the Yeti in there. But
those were the most awesome ones.
Yeah, and
stick
like
out.
Red 13, but still, like all the other ones are pretty boy fan service girls and stereotypes.
Well, 12 kind of hit that pretty hard, I think. I mean, if you look at the characters going through a lot of the series, I mean, they looked. I mean, we're talking about pixels in the first few Final Fantasies, right? We're not talking about anything too crazy. But when we start getting into like the 3D realm of everything, I guess Tactics kind of had that kind of pretty boy, pretty girl kind of thing, and then you got into 7, which had a variation. I mean, you had a big Moogle suit guy with a little cat guy on it. You had Red. You had Barrett, who was just a big guy with a Gatling gun arm. I mean, you had some variation. They did have both worlds, I think, there. Then you get into 8. Then it starts to get a little bit more.
Yeah. 9 they still branched out, but I think going on forward, like there's Kimari in 10 is like the only kind of outlier, and then 12, 13, 15, it's all just pretty anime protagonists.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just an old loser, I guess, dude. I don't know what to say anymore. But we can see what happened, and it's funny to see the community's reaction, because clearly everyone's loving it, right? I look at Twitter, and then on patch day, half the damn post where Lala is just looking up and praising, and it's just people are in love with it. I'm just a different person. So they made the right choice, obviously. Yeah. And so this is just kind of what we can expect to happen next. So, but you guys like it, right? You're like, hey, nice. Yeah.
I'm just curious about the guy version.
Yeah, I am too. I hope they do something. I hope it's just like the craziest, most deformed looking character that they could probably make.
Big Chungus.
Yeah.
Viera is just Big Chungus.
Maybe that would be amazing. right? Just something just completely off. Then I'd switch my character to that. I would, if it was something that wasn't just generic, the same thing that they've had completely. But past that, there's other bits of content that was extremely. You know what? I'm gonna hold off on Mahjong. We'll talk about Mahjong a little bit later. I feel like we need to have a conversation about that. Let's talk about the 24-man, which is going straight from Viera because they were in the storyline. Overall, they've implemented this Final Fantasy Tactics storyline. Arths, did you pay attention at all to the storyline? Balana, did you pay attention to it at all?
I was going to. I usually watch all the cutscenes, but when this 24-man series kicked off, I was going through the cutscenes and waiting. Everybody's waiting on me. Come on, we're trying to zone in. It's patch morning. We want a 24-man guild this, and then 20 minutes into the cutscenes, I was just fuck it, and I cut tail and just started skipping all of them. So
there's a lot of cutscenes.
There's a lot apparently, and I want to go through and do it on my alt at some point, but I didn't do it yet.
Arthas,
I'm actually opposite with Balana. I don't look forward to doing it on my alts at all. Okay, cutscenes aside, I don't know. Okay, it's sad because I was so into FF11. It was the golden time for Final Fantasy 11, right? If you are not playing 1 hour more of FF11, you are just kind of feel behind, So when 12 and Tactics came about, especially 12, it was when a golden time of FF11. I literally did not have time nor want to go into FF12, which is sad because apparently they make this whole thing tied to the evenly series of 12 and Tactics, right? Which is sad because I never tried them. So story for me is out right now. Obviously, it's just for me. It's my fault, right? I didn't have time back then. I was engaged in something way more worthwhile. It's my fault. But for me, going in this 24-man, not interesting about story, it felt like those people who were complaining. I mean, I don't want to say I'm complaining. It's just my fault, but kind of feel like those raiders in Delta's game, they didn't know anything about 5. Half of them probably not even born. They probably even look into it. There wasn't a proper English version when it released. It was kind of very last minute or fan translated. So for those people, I played 5 by the way. So for those people, it's luckily enough, there's no story in that Delta's game. So for them, it's just the skin, act there. For them, it's just that. And also, not to mention, most of them don't even, most of the people in this game don't even raid anyway, at least for NAEU. So it's not that bad for them. For me, the 24-man this time is, the whole 2 years of 24-man, for me, right, I just didn't get anything. Neither do I care. Because at the end of the day, 24-man is 24-man. What is the difference between this 24-man? We are not talking about story here. Combat-wise, experience-wise, what is the difference between this and Crystal Tower? What's the difference between this and the Void Ark series? There's really absolutely no difference. For me anyway, there's no difference. Now. I appreciate the cinematics. This is the most amazing looking transition, boss fight, voice acting, design, arena. I think a lot of things looks very nice. Very, it looks amazing. But other than that, what is there any different for this 24-man versus the others, aside from the story, which sadly I'm not part of?
So
Void Ark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say a couple things on that too, to kind of go back to the story aspect of it. I mean, I love the way that they implemented the dungeon and the fights and everything, and I hope this is the blueprints for how they start doing this stuff in the future with every bit of content, not just 24-man.
Yes,
they need voice acting for dungeons, voice acting for raids, voice acting for everything, cinematic. It feels good to be in the fight kind of fights.
It's amazing. The best I've seen. This particular one, this particular 24, the most amazing one I've seen.
Yeah. But going back to the story part of it though, back to that, I followed the story. I've watched every cutscene for the 24-man. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I never played 12, really. I got into it for just a little bit, but I stopped playing it. I don't know if I had some weird transition phase where I was like, man, this looks really way too too I don't know what the right word is for it, but too girly, if that makes sense. It sounds stupid for me to say that now in this generation and where we are, but I mean, it felt too, like, the characters felt like they had makeup on. Like, it just felt, for me, I was going through this phase where I was like, I'm a man, you know, and it's just like, it didn't fit with what I was doing at that time. And I want to go back and play 12 because I feel like it would be a fun game. It was also introducing this new thing where you had people doing stuff. Flamboyant, that's right. That's the right word. Okay. That it was doing things like I set up stuff and my characters just automatically do actions. And at that time, how gaming was, that felt horrible. I'm like, why would I want to play a game where I just like set something up and they just play the game for me, right? And so that felt weird for me, and that's changed a little bit, but I missed that. But tactics, that was my jam. And I liked the story. I liked throwback references it had with the Final Fantasy game overall. And I liked playing chess with a Final Fantasy version of chess. That felt the best thing in the world. So this was something that's close to me. I have a copy of Final Fantasy Tactics in its case with this little booklet and everything over there on my shelf. But the story, for some reason, I could not latch onto. I don't know what it was. It felt plain. It felt boring. It felt slow. And I know they did a lot of stuff. They brought the guy in to be a part of making the story because it was right. But for some reason, it just couldn't grab onto me. And I don't know what that was. I felt like it felt a little fake because we were like playing people who he named his kids after characters of the story that I liked, and I just said, this is just odd and awkward for me. And so I went through it, but wasn't I wasn't attached to it, if that makes any sense. I didn't feel invested.
Story-wise, right? I mean, like I said, I don't know the story, but quick question for me.
Yeah.
So is this, again, I never played FF12. So is this friend the actual version?
No, I think that this is kind of like there's like the Final Fantasy Tactics thing and how it went down, and this is how it would have went down if it was part of this world in the same kind of concept. So they just evolved it into the Final Fantasy XIV version of it. It's pretty much the same, but there's some variations to it. Like the way that the story of the War of the Lions or whatever ended is a little bit different from what I understand. It's like alternate universe.
Okay. I guess for those fans who are following, like even yourself, right? Although you don't feel so attached, but I guess at least you guys get some reference. For me, it's just sad that I wasn't really caring about the story. I would love a good story. Like we will talk about 4.5 later, but
yeah,
if it doesn't click on me, it's not gonna click for me the whole expansion. And here's the even biggest nightmare. Apparently, I skipped the cutscene, but obviously, things just cannot be fully concealed on the amazing Twitter sphere, right? For example, so I've seen like some of the judges from FF12, which means that a lot of people tell me that, this could go forward. Cool for you? Shit for me. Are you trying to tell me that 5.0 I have to go through this shit again that I have no reference to? I mean, 2 years is enough. 324 man is enough. I appreciate them bringing that guy in to make the story. It looks fucking amazing. If I have an idea what's going on, I would love it. Even if I have no idea what's going on, to be honest, just looking at the cutscene, just looking at the fight, totally agree. This should be done in dungeon. This should be done. Dude, the amount of money you make, right? You fucking give laptops. Fuck. Okay, I'm sorry, Frosty.
Hey.
Okay, to people at the feast. You fly people to the feast.
Come on,
right? Frosty is great. Frosty can cast anything else, but you give laptops. Don't tell me you cannot make voice acting for Kafka rather than woohoo. Okay, and all of those bosses deserve something. When I hear every single deal, the first fucking boss, what the fuck you talking about? You have a voice acting? Dude, what the fuck? Warrior of Light. Don't even have a voice acting.
We're the voice. We're the voice of Warrior of Light. We're our own voice.
Freaking Gaius appear for 2 cutscenes with 2 flashbacks. He's got a better story than the Warrior of Light. The fucking Gaius should be the Warrior of Light. We are just like, hey, a warrior of light, can you go fetch me 5 pills of water, fetch me 2 honeycomb high, pick up some corpse. Oh, by the way, do you want to fight Titan? And I'm the warrior of light. Fucking Gaius, 2 cutscene, 2 transition, how he escaped the Praetorian machine. He's got a fucking better story than us, really. Dude, spend some money, please. You have a fuck ton that rather than fucking laptops, go make some more voice.
Hey. Come on, laptops. It's fine. Actually, you know what? Honestly, that's not too crazy to spend 4 laptops. Isn't really a lot of money for.
Yeah, no, you're not.
It's
You're
pretty low.
Laptops for some time with a quality voice actor in the studio. That costs a little bit more than 4.
Yeah, we're not gonna get like Matt Mercer over here for a laptop. I don't think. It's just like. I think it's.
Okay, laptop. Okay, laptop's fine then.
Let's leave FRC and PFPVP alone. Let's leave that to the side.
They gotta have something, man. They gotta have something.
Come on, man. FanFest twice a year. Yeah, come on. Once every 2 years. Come on.
Okay, let's go back to the 24 minutes.
Okay, but yeah, no, I agree 100% that money should be invested in this. Things that I would compare is stuff like maybe there's some other things that I don't care about in the game. People would probably argue Lords of Dominion. I don't know if that equates to voice acting or value being transitioned over, but I mean, there's different things that I would rather not have in the game and have that better quality dungeons, raids, everything. Because I enjoyed going through that whole experience with the 24-man. I felt like if they could do this for more content, I would be way better, more happy with the game overall. But then again, that's the content I like. That's the stuff that I want to see. And the other reaction to the 24-man is it's too hard.
Okay, define hard for me. What is hard?
One
day, one lockout.
You can't watch Netflix while you do it.
Apparently, yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing I get like a lot. On day 1, everybody tell me, "Hey, Arthars, why are you not doing 24-man?" I'm like, I'm not bothered. Why should I bother? Oh, it's fun. First day is fun. It's where the real experience is. What type of experience you guys talking about? What, wiping because people are dumb, not knowing basic mechanic? You're telling me that's fun? Like things that is totally out of my reach, out of my control, zero communication needed. Like to be honest, there should be communication needed. But because of the past 24-man we done before, and like I said earlier, past 24-man we done before since Crystal Tower, and the 24-man we do today, except for the VA being amazing, the cutscenes being amazing, the effects being amazing, the transition being amazing. Other than that, this 24-man has no difference from the previous 24-man. What are there to communicate? Like you tell me this 24-man is hard, day 1 is difficult. Isn't the past 24-man the same? What is this one way more fucking special? What? Maybe because people are more dumb? I don't know. I thought the human is supposed to evolve. Apparently not. Apparently after 9 24-man, people still think that day 1 24-man is savage, very difficult, very fun. You don't even fucking spend more than a lockout. What? 2 at best. Hard? Is War of Darkness not the same? Is Void Ark not the same? Is fucking not the same? Is Cave not the same? What is this any fucking different? I don't get it. I just don't get it. So for me, I didn't feel like, nah, don't bullshit me. Like I went through it. You're telling me it was difficult, right? I wait through Saturday. Why? Because people tell me, oh, don't do it on Saturday. You do it on Saturday, you're gonna be doing with people who have no fucking idea what to do. Those are late, those are the bad people. I went through it, I have no fucking idea what's going on. Which for me is people think that people tell me, oh my god, you clear because you got carry deal. On the contrary, I hate clearing content without even experiencing it. So this is only 5th day. Wait, what? 4th day. Fourth day. This is only the 4th day. And you're telling me this is difficult. You're telling me by getting carried is wrong. You're telling me that not doing on first day is wrong. If I do on first day, it's going to be shit experience. If I do on today, I get carried by people. I cannot experience the content because it's too easy. So what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand. I went through it. I was renting the whole fight. And you know what? The boss died and we cleared the fight. I was like, what the fuck? That's it? I don't understand. When people complain about hard, when people complain about savage, when people complain about the real experience, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
They're talking about dying one time. People don't like dying at all. And so what happens is if you die, they're like, oh, it's too difficult.
Yeah, if you don't walk in and the bosses just fall over, that's hard stuff. I mean, if you got to like push buttons and you might need to like dodge an AoE, that's some tough stuff, man.
Yeah, and no, so what they do is they spend 7 minutes attacking the boss and going through and understand mechanics, and then another party dies, and that's out of your control. Okay, so they died, whatever. So we need to communicate. We need to figure out what went wrong, make sure everybody knows what's going on, and go on to the next attempt. But then they just leave the fucking group. They're like, I only wanted to go through and just face roll it. Why do I have to go in here and spend more than 30 minutes doing this content? And go ahead.
No, that's a good one, because by that definition, by that perspective, a lot of people will think that is why it's hard. It's actually opposite. It's because it is so simple, people cannot tolerate a little bit of setback. Now, if the past 24 man has already been set in place where, let's be really fucking honest here, 24 man my ass is basically 3 parties of 8, I mean literally is, going in on the same boss, on a different side, doing the same shit. You are fighting one ad, same shit ad, sometimes different, looks different, same shit. You kill ad, while your party A Q ad, while party C Q ad. It's not like C has to go to Narnia and fetch a bow, and then someone's got to go to Mordor and burn the ring. No, it's basically 2%, 3 parties.
You had to go in the dog once, and there was the one where you had to go into Cerberus. They had to do something different.
And there's a boss in the new one where you have to go in like the Shadow Realm and fight the ghosts in there.
Yeah, I think that's right. That's good. But overall, there is not enough of this. There should be more of this. There should be more communication. Like, okay. If party A were to fuck up something, it should be natural and also doable, which should be doable, that B and C can somehow cover the mechanic. But because the past 24 men has been easy, this time there's no difference. If party A fails, hey guys, you know what? We just put our hands up in the end and say, you know what, if it's recoverable, it's recoverable. Hopefully they have an even LB3, we will try to rest. But otherwise, if you wipe, hopefully the next 2 will be better. That's it. That's the mentality. Or worse, like you said, once we don't get through it, fuck it, let's leave. Now, there is no need for people to go into step 2. Guys, this party needs help. We're going to look out for them, and then we will do it for now. Some people do that. But most of the 24 men don't have that mindset because of the past 24 men. That's why I say that nothing changes. This 24 men didn't revolutionize 24 men to the part where we need to work as 24 men. You can kind of say, well, if they die, we wipe. If we die, they wipe. So it's kind of like a hand in hand. It's not. It's out of your control. It's something that no one even want to talk about it. No one even want to work towards it together. Which then makes 24 men, for me, I feel so disjoint. Since the first 24 men, since Crystal Tower, this repeating problem about 24 men not really feeling like 24 men. Yes, it's fun. One alliance died. Oh my god, this is so difficult. I don't know why they keep dying. That is artificial difficulty. That is not difficulty because of miscommunication. This is not difficulty because of like unable to take care of your fellow adventurer in a supposedly must look after the other alliance. But the mechanics doesn't work this way. One party fucked up, most likely it is better to just wipe. There is no recovery. There's no need to complicate. I went to the group earlier. We wiped to Thunder God like 3 times, 4 times. We died to Agreeus like 1 time. No one in party said anything because to them, they know it's fine. Next pool, it will be better. There's no need to communicate. There's no need to improvise. There's no need to improve. It's not that difficult that people will improve. Yeah, you spend more time. Spending more time doesn't mean it's more difficult, right?
I mean, simple, accessible content like that is why they can put so much production value into it, because everybody in the game can play it. Everybody can queue into the 24 man and limp their way through eventually, once they know back into the left. So that's why they're able to like dump all these resources in it, because they know that the majority of the player base is going to be playing this and enjoying it. They don't do that as much with the Savage content, with the raids, with the Ultimate. They don't put nearly as much money into an Ultimate fight as they did this new 24 man, because they know it's only going to be like 1% of the entire population playing it.
I mean, I have a few arguments against that completely, because there's a lot of people who watch the content and they don't just do the content, and so there's a lot of people who do experience it in that way. But I also think that like if they're going into doing a I don't know, if they're doing content, they don't have to make it easy just because they spent money on it. I think
they make it accessible and that's why they can justify throwing that much money at it, because it's going to be something accessible. It's going to be something that everybody can enjoy. Everybody's going to get their eyes on it. Now, you brought up the point of like other people watching it, the streaming aspect, which they actually talked about a lot at FanFest during the Ultima panel, which is a really good panel. You should watch it if you haven't. that they're starting to, cater. They realize that they have this extra audience. There's the people who are playing it and doing it, but then thousands and thousands of people are actually watching those teams go out and do it. So hopefully that can, allow them to justify maybe bumping up the budget for an Ultima fight, so they have more than one new model in the fight.
Yeah,
I'm so glad they actually talk about like the streaming aspect of Ultimate, because I mean, if they are really what they say, always lingering on Twitch, looking at the numbers, then they themselves should know by now. Ultimate is where you get a lot of viewers. They don't necessarily do it, but it's a good way to showcase what you did, even for people. It's like, dude, not everybody can play professional football. Doesn't mean that if you don't go to the stadium and watch the match, Champions League final, you don't get the same feels and enjoyment out of it. You can. So
right.
hopefully they put in more. I don't need to be too much more money. Just a little bit more. It's just a 17 minutes fight, right? And because the number of wipes, the number of replayability in the content is gonna be worth it. Now another thing I want to touch about the 24-man.
Yeah.
The money they splash on this particular 24-man, aside from the cinematics, aside from the effects, aside from maybe the voice acting, like you guys say is expensive, because I don't think we have a lot past that. The thing that you get out of it, the replayability you get out of this all three 24-man is a fucking joke. Like, this is like the money you put in this 24-man, it's a shambles. Like, I would rather you give out more free laptops at FanFest, to be honest. So you spend so much money and there is no replayability factor. 390 gear is an insult. It should be 395.
390 is really good for people who don't do Savage and people who don't try, people who just like go through the difficulty that is set for the game right now. 390 is great. And then also, if you clear every single one every week, all three 24-mans, you can get 400 gear because you get the 3 tokens.
That is the only positive. But I want to correct you, that 390. Let's just say if this stupid 24-man doesn't drop 390 gear, you're telling me that since patch 4.4 until now, and then let's just say if this doesn't drop 390 gear, you're telling me from now until fucking Shadowbringer, you cannot get 390 gear from Expert. It's probably 10 times more easy. You wouldn't go to Ready and complain. You probably think the Expert dungeon is probably the most tailored, best made content for you. Because you find it difficult, right? Wiping one time for 390 gear is so difficult. Oh my God, why don't you just run 2 more Expert a week or something? Right? You can do Expert for another 7 months. You get 390 gear. So why this 24-man drop 390 gear? Am I going to run 24-man every week from now until Shadowbringer to get all 390 gear? You probably already have enough 390 gear. So it's an insult. This 390 gear is insult. 395 would have been okay. I wouldn't complain. Casuals wouldn't complain. For me, wanting to level, by the way, it has shifted. That 24-man now is for sub job, sub classes. I could use this for my sub job.
The job you'll never play.
And exactly. So if it's 390, what is the problem with 390? There would have been way more variety in gearing, way more replayability, and then you get that. The main reward is the 400 upgrade item. That is the main reward. Don't give me bullshit about glamour. Don't give me bullshit about 390. Fucking crafting gear can be upgraded to 390. It's an insult. You spend so much money on this for player to go in and do it for 390 gear. Don't tell me about MNS, some of the subs, I don't give a shit. These casuals don't give a fuck about tenacity versus parry if he's still in the game. They don't give a fuck. It's 390, they get it, they wear it, they can use it, they don't give a shit. That's why you see dungeon people don't melt, you see dungeon people melt the wrong shit, you see dungeon people wearing stupid gear. Because you said it, this is for casual. What is the difference between this and going and get a 390 from a weekly tome? There's no difference. It should have been 395.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, if it was 395, it'd be good still for somebody besides just people who never played a game.
I mean, the gearing issue with 24-mans goes all the way back to Crystal Tower. Like, originally, Crystal Tower was supposed to be out in 2.0 alongside the raid. So it's supposed to be a stepping stone for you to get geared enough to go to the raid. But it took, 4 months for 2.1 to come out, and my whole team was already I-90, and we go and there's like, oh, it's I-80 gear? What are we going to do with this? I guess it's cute glamour. Let's hang on to it forever. And then they're like, oh, we had success with this formula, so we're going to stick with it, where it's the high item level and then the catch-up, and then the high item level and then the catch-up.
But that worked because there were no fucking freebie pages from Savage.
That's it.
There was no pages. Do you know that I went through 3 months of Twintania? I never get certain pieces of gear. I actually use Crystal Tower leg, like the tank leg gear, because it is the best. I mean, not the best, but
You just weren't lucky enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really helps me improve my raid experience, even for a raider experience, my raid experience. If you don't raid, I mean, pretty good, right? For your sub job, right? Back then, the home gear already give I-90. So Crystal Tower formula worked because there wasn't freebie like pages. Nowadays, number one, Savage being easy, kind of directly tied to Savage raiding, to be honest, even though you can deny that you don't raid or only certain amount of people raid. But the fact that they start giving out pages since Gordius is one of the main reasons why 24-man loot structure standard has dropped so much. Oh, but not everybody could clear Gordius. Okay, but the amount of people that needs the 24-man raid, 24-man gear drops significantly. Back then, every raider, they will be on the main job, they will be trying their best to get that gear that they couldn't get, that piece they couldn't get from raid, because that was your only choice. If your tank doesn't have a glove, and you don't want to buy the I-90 glove, the Gauntlet of Light is your best. The pants is your best. You have no choice. It's a step up. Now, ever since Gordius, ever since Pages, you clear, people already best in slot in 8 weeks. People already best in slot by 3 months on their supposedly sub job, the job that they want to catch up. What is there to catch up? Who are left to catch up? Me? Am I going to do 24-man next week? Fuck no. Do I want to? Yes. It looks nice. I wish it give me more, but why should I? What for 40 item, for 10 more item level for what? For leveling a job that I'm probably not going to be leveling in 5.0? Bullshit, right? I could get crafted gear. I just go to the market board right now. I buy a crafted gear. I treat it to 390. I can play the job immediately. Why do I need to run the 24-man? What shit? What am I catching up on? Catch up on what? I don't understand.
Right.
This also goes to the Primal, which we will talk about later. But the reward structure is old-fashioned really. Things need to change.
With all the other catch-up mechanics they added, it's definitely dated by this point. They need to kind of like evaluate what they're actually doing with the loot in those places.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Does dropping an accessory hurt you? Does dropping a 395 belt hurt you? You know, at the Dunscape, they actually throw in the FanFest Ultima in, which I thought was fucking brilliant. So instead of getting a subpar catch-up gear, you get a best in slot, possibly ring, even for your immediately item level one. I forgot, but
it was max item level, yeah.
Max, right? So going to 24-man after a certain period, it's amazing. Weekly, I get an accessory. And in the 24, as we don't like it, the Ultima is a joke, but we go in, we get another fight. Holy shit. That is, after 5 times 24-man raid, Dunescape was, for me, even though it's only a little bit, it was revolutionary. It was an evolution. Changing a trash mob into a boss that drops an accessory, which is fucking difficult to get because they fucked up the loot table so bad in Gordius and in Alexander, and the same. There's 35 loot in turn 1. The loot table in turn 1 is fucked up. The belt needs to go to somewhere else. 6 pages, taking up 7 more gear slot. Belt needs to drop in turn 2 or turn 3, right? Now, does it hurt to drop an accessory? Ultima was fine. I thought it was amazing. The quest was amazing. It was an amazing addition. Seamlessly put in 24-man, became better. I redo 24-man. I redid Dunescape just for the ring. We thought they learned after 7 installment. We are back to square one, except for more money putting into cinematics and voice acting, which I love it, by the way. But
yeah,
the old 24-man didn't take a step forward. It actually took a step back, half a step back. So 24-man raid, as much as people give so much credit, the whole picture of the 24-man raid right now is a fucking waste of resources right now. That is a waste of resources. It looked fucking amazing, introducing a new job in it, story for fan service, fucking point that you can get from Hans. If not, you probably didn't need it anyway. You're fucking casual, right? I want to catch up. You're fucking, who gives a fuck? You gives a shit? Did you really? I don't think so. So this 24-man system needs to change. The loot system.
The loot system is like the biggest thing you have with it. Just mainly the loot system, right?
If they don't do it in 5.0, we are talking about 6.0. If Frosty is still here 2 years down the road making MogTalk, 2 years later, I'll be sitting here making the same argument. Okay?
We'll set a
they
date.
Better change something. Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing it for 5 years at this point, but it worked. It kind of worked, back in CT. But with all these extra systems they've added in, it definitely they need to update their approach to itemization in these 24 mans.
So I guess the only other thing that I want to talk about 24 man, because we've been on 24 man for a while now. The only other thing I just want to clarify, we hit it just a little bit, but I mean, difficulty wise, do you guys feel like the content is as difficult as it should be given the audience of Final Fantasy, or should it be more difficult, less difficult? What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, the biggest difficulty in any 24 man is just the fact that there's 23 other people you have to coordinate and get together. And I mean, when you have a bigger raid, it's going to naturally be more difficult just due to that. Honestly, for me, I'd like it to be harder, but I know it's not going to happen. Just because they need to be able to have people be able to queue into this with 20. They need to get 24 people together in a random queue, throw them together, and be able to explain it in maybe like 1 or 2 lines. I mean, I wouldn't say it's hard at all. It's not like brain dead easy, but it's probably about the same difficulty as like wiping city, because they have Ozma 2.0. So that's the most easy kind of comparison to make.
Okay. Arthas, you pretty much think it needs to be more difficult, or you're just like,
difficulty is fine. I don't have problem with difficulty. That's why I don't understand the complaint. I think it's okay. It's just, so what if I perfect it today? So what if I perfect it on day 1? So what if I perfect it this weekend? Probably, like I said, the replayability just wasn't there for me to warrant. Like, I don't like FF logs. I don't like people padding. I don't like people going for FF logs. But even raiding have a purpose for you to go into FF logs to help people. 24 man, do you really need it? Those people can hold their own. Those people can go wipe their face if they don't rage quit. They can clear it. It's not like it's something that, for me, replayability, man. You spend so much money with it, I expect more from it. I think the difficulty is okay. Moving forward, like Balana said, I don't think it will be more difficult. But they have the Eureka raid system coming up. I expect the Eureka to be harder than this. And it has to be. It better be. It better be. I don't mind this one being this version. My complaint is not about the difficulty. My complaint is not about the story. My complaint wasn't about the cinematics, the visual. My complaint is just about the replayability.
You replay it so you get the minion. You need that minion, right?
You replay it next patch in the Alliance Raid Roulette, so you can get some EXP for your jobs. That's where the replayability is going to come from.
That's the reason why maybe I'm not in the 5th year anniversary video, because I'm not guy. Man, guys, 24 man is amazing, man. Actually, after thinking about it, I think they did a great job. Holy shit. But I would love to see that again. Those are amazing. Fuck grading. This is where it's at. Everybody hold hand in hand. We queue on day 1. Come overcome the setback of facing 23 other EDS. It's going to be fucking amazing. Oh, I can't wait for it in 5.0. Holy shit. Woo.
All right. I felt like it was awkward. I feel like this is probably the right difficult for the people in the game. People who are complaining that it's too difficult, or that people are just leaving and things like that. People who are leaving are pieces of shit at that point. I mean, yeah, I understand you have to go and everything, but like you're just like, I don't want to spend the time because we wiped once and they leave. I always thought that was stupid.
You know that when you press the duty facilitator button, right, it tells you the duration of the duty, right?
Yeah.
Day 1. You're telling me that when you come back from home, you're telling me that you wake up for this patch, you don't intend to stay that. Hey, if you go to work, your boss probably tell you, yo, dude, you know what? You're going to work 9 to 6, or you're going to work 8 to 5. Oh my God, boss. I don't feel like working a whole 8 hours today. Dude, don't expect too much. This is the bare minimum you should expect. If they fail, yes, you can probably complain. Most likely not. But you're telling me you don't intend, not just 24-man raid, by the way, even for Savage, even for Primals, even for Expert. You're telling me that when you join the party, you don't expect it to take the full duration. Are you really that naive? Like,
well, I mean, no, if you do a good job, you can go home early. If like somehow you guys do a good job, yeah, you can go home early, but make sure you expect, within this time range that this is kind of what you got to work with.
I don't know. When I hit that Alliance Roulette button, I'm not expecting it to take 2 hours.
Well,
even day one. When I went in there with a pre-made group, it took us like 40 minutes. But when I later that night, I queued in randomly, and it took like a full 90 minutes to clear it. And that was just like rando pugs, and we died like 7 or 8 times on the 3rd boss. Like the full 120, that's gonna be a rarity. I don't think I've ever timed out.
But see, the thing is, it may happen, right? But the thing, you shouldn't go into the dungeon and say, look, this looks like a party that's going to struggle because we died a couple of times on this. People don't understand what they're doing. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to leave and then I'll try it later. I just don't feel like dealing with it. But
it's also, like risk reward. Like if you ejectocito, if you bail out of the dungeon, what's the punishment? You can't queue for 30 minutes. So say, you see a group and they're not doing that great and you're like, oh, this is going to take, like an hour and a half to finish. But if I could get a normal group, I could do it in an hour. So you can eat that 30-minute, unable to queue time and then queue again and maybe beat an hour. And then you're hedging your bets that it's, you're basically investing the same amount of time to do the same thing. You just don't have to be frustrated for that first 90-minute group.
And I think the reason, all right, so one of the reasons also while we're having this issue and people leaving, okay, whatever, but while we're running into these issues where people are struggling with these mechanics is because we pretty much set the expectation for a lot of raiders that you don't have to try to clear things. You don't have to. You could die and still clear it. You could just die and someone else will kill it for you. And that's what most of the content that is involved with the overall arc of the story and everything else, you just have to be there. People log in and expect to just be there and go through it. They're not expecting to have to go there and play their part. And so we have this whole, it's a large, I like to say it's just a handful of people, but there's a large amount of people who want to do the content, but they don't care about doing it to clear it. They are doing their job to clear it. They care about just clearing it. They're like, hey, I'm turning on Netflix, and then that's the same thing.
And they complain it's difficult. You didn't even put in effort. You complain it's difficult.
I mean, we have the people who complain it's difficult. Then we have the people who complain that they have to depend on other people. This is one of the biggest complaints I've seen recently is they're like, I don't want to log in and have to depend on other people to clear the content. Why are you fucking playing an MMO?
I just want to be able to solo all the bosses. I just want to walk in there and cast level 5 death and win.
This is supposed to be a Final Fantasy where I just go in and enjoy the story. I don't want to have to deal with other people. I worked all hard all day. I don't have 6 months to clear this content. I can't find a few hours every week to try to clear the Savage content. 6 months? What? I can only play this game so much. I need like a full year to clear this content if it's going to be this difficult.
I mean, you got a better part of a year.
No, that's what it is. Like the difficult content that comes out, you have a 6-month period of time to work with other people and figure out, can I find a group of like-minded people who want to clear at the same pace I want to? I mean, it's not like we're putting this in front of you and saying you have to clear it right now. Yeah, you know what? If you're good, you get rewarded faster. That's fine. That encourages people to be good. It shouldn't be like, oh, I go through it and I don't have to think and this is my game.
I mean, in some ways that you say they don't put a timer in, oh, you need to clear it before then. They kind of do with the weekly lockouts because you'd be missing out if you don't clear it this week. Then, oh no, you're not getting my drop. I'm going to be a drop behind. Never going to finish that 390 set.
Yeah. Well, this is all like a larger conversation, which I have planned for the later end of the month. But,
okay.
We'll talk about. Well, we'll get into. I guess Mahjong will be. I'll make Mahjong the last thing here. I actually want to get into since we're talking about content overall and challenges and everything. Let's talk about the Primal. All right, let's transition over to the Primal. Well, you get 8 people together instead of 24 men, so it should be easier, right? All right, you have less people, a third of the amount of people to deal with, and we go towards this content. I haven't seen it. I haven't done it. I've seen the complaints. I've seen the complaints that it's too easy. Do you guys believe it's too easy currently?
It's easier than Zervin.
It's easier than Zervin.
Yeah.
Is that, Arthas, you agree with that too? It's easier than Zervin?
I actually think so. I believe so. I went in with one of my viewers, right? He was just watching. I went into a fresh group, lockout, just to see how it is. Now, obviously, it's Park. I don't expect them to be good, although I do complain when they fuck up easy mechanic, but I don't expect them to be good. But after one lockout of just parking around and shit, I was like, dude, this one, everything you've seen in the game, the only thing that you only need to remember in the whole fight is the double beam. That's the only thing, right? And then one of my viewers is like, okay, yo, Arthars, we should join another group. Like, you okay, I don't think it's difficult. You clear Savage, let's go. 2 pools, we clear. We have no fucking idea what is going on. We basically just wing it. We just wing it. Like I said, the only thing that will wipe you is the double beam because you cannot take 2 share beam at the same time. But Other than that, everything is wingable. Some of the things is actually better. Like if someone didn't even know about the beam, he died himself. It's even better. Just raise. We didn't even LB3. We didn't even sin and rage. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm not even sure what the enrage is at this point. Now
It's like a 12-minute enrage.
really,
Yeah.
like one time, I just did it one time. I tell myself, okay, great. Probably not gonna come in next week. Like, what's the point? Again, replayability. What's the point? Doggy, I don't give a shit. I can come and pump doggy in 5.0. Easier drop rate, right? For example, right? But oh my god, if you really want it, okay, fine. Okay, calm down, okay? But difficulty-wise, it has been a recurring theme. The 3.1 Primal, the odd patches Primal has been a recurring theme of meaningless, even for casuals. Meaningless since Torden. Why? There was nothing to catch up. Same thing as 24-man. 395 weapon is great. At least it's 395. Thank goodness they actually make it 395 and not 390. At least they make it 395. But let's be really honest here, man. Everybody's over-tuned already. Over-geared already. Most people are over-geared already. The day one, obviously you're gonna see the fastest clear from people like Balana, from people like Wolf first, alarm clocking it. Obviously they're gonna clear it really quick because it's way under-tuned. It's not for us. So
40 minutes for normal and savage.
That fast? Nice. Okay. Like for us, we can never tell you it was never meant to be difficult because of the gear that we had, because of it not tuned correctly. Now, Torden was a different story. Again, a lot of these odd patches, I complain about from my point of view, right? When I complain about replayability, a lot of all these things has a lot of people think that raiding is shouldn't be taken into account. Raiding is the reason why the odd patches is so lacking. I mean, thank goodness for Ultimate though, but it's the same. Zervan, Needhawk. Let me tell you. Let me give you some breakdown. Right, Needhawk I only done once. Zervan I think I did 2 times. One for my main, one for my out. Tsukuyomi I do 2 times. One for my main, one for my out. Shinryu I did 2 times. One for my main, one for my out. This Seiryu I did 1 time. Have you noticed the recurring theme? They are all odd patches Primal.
Yeah.
That is the problem. The bigger problem of patches Primal. You know, I cannot sit here and say people are not struggling with Seiryu. That would be selfish. But it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
How many times did you do the even patch primals? 10?
Who? 10. Like, dude, but Byakuo, right? Fucking Byakuo should be an odd patch. That guy belonged to an odd patch. Let that casuals go and catch up on Byakuo, right?
Okay.
You should have put Shinryu instead of Byakuo. I think Shinryu would have been way more amazing. Number 1, we are all minimum item level challenging it. Number 2, we need it for raid. Number 3, even if you don't raid, it will be, maybe you feel it will be, hey, if you don't savage, maybe Shinryu will be the perfect content for you to spend 2 weeks on, right? And then after that, once you get to a point, holy shit, Shinryu is that difficult? It's a primal. Holy fuck. It dropped raid weapon. Now I got a raid weapon. Should I challenge savage? You know, it feels more progressive, right? That's why we did Byakuo. That's why Byakuo was such a joke. Shinryu was so well done, but we don't need it. If Shinryu and Byakuo would have changed, would have been amazing, to be honest.
So
it just,
I kind of have a question about it too, because I the only primal I think in this entire expansion that I spent a lot of time on, actually repeatedly clear it, was Suzaku. And I thought that was a well done primal. I mean, yeah, you're matching. There's elements to it.
it is.
There's things where you're like, oh, let me play a quick, easy DDR game real quick between the transition. This is kind of fun, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to get more damage because I'm doing this, and I can laugh at the guy who has 9 instead of 10. That's great. Or I could run over there and troll my friend and try to take all of his orbs because it would be funny. You know, it's good stuff. Then you get to
Suzaku is better.
Yeah, you get to the last phase where if you don't pay attention, you can either get sucked in the middle, get blown off the stage, or get blown up by not being in the right color. And it doesn't matter if you have really good gear, you still need to pay attention to not falling off the stage and being blown up by being in the wrong color. And you had to pay attention a little bit. It felt kind of right to me. I don't know. This felt like the right difficulty. This is kind of what I want to see, is that people still have to try when they go back into it. But from your experience, you're saying the new Primal, nothing like that at all.
No.
Because we are overgeared. You know, Balana say.
Well, even if you're over geared for Suzaku, or what?
No.
Yeah, you still can clear it, but you're gonna mess up, and it's gonna cause issues to die. All right, but I mean, like, there's nothing like that will just instantly kill you and take you out in the.
Nope. If you get knocked off the arena in the second phase, you just swim back on. You get stunned for a little bit, you get a Vuln stack, and you swim like back onto the platform.
Okay. So
Suzaku was a red primal, right? Yeah. So we were not overgeared. I actually had a lot of fun. Suzaku was also new. You know, the things that we see on the fight is new. Like you said, there's so many. Although the DDR part is like, we can still make something out of it. Like you said, getting stacks, proof superiority, one more stack, 10 instead of 9, lol, things like that. Rescue people. It still doesn't fuck up, but there's more things to it. But Seiryu is straight up. At least for us, you're already cutting away a certain population of, like, for us raiders, you're already cutting us off already. Like, hey, you know what, guys? This content is not really for you. Maybe you want it for your sub job. But you know, for people who doesn't raid, they don't even do normal mode. This one give them a 395. It is pretty strong. Obviously, those people are going to struggle because their DPS is going to be way worse than us, right? They are under gear, right? Or they are, technically speaking, they are actually more right geared rather than us. We are over geared. So we are already cut off already. But Torden wasn't the case. Torden was, people needed to clear turn 3. It was like a turn 2.5. I think Torden was the best odd patch Primal ever introduced, you know, because everybody enjoyed it.
Was great, yeah.
Even raiders needs it. Casuals could use it. Ever since then, the odd patches Primal is just for that. Either for Doc. Don't tell me Glamour, I will slit your throat, I don't care. Don't never bring in Glamour into a conversation telling me about its replayability, okay? Doggy, I'll give you that. I guess gives you something to do and also help out those poor souls that somehow couldn't meet the DPS check since Torden, right? But it's the same, it's almost, I want to just keep it short. Same complaint I have as 24 man, just not enough replayability.
Well,
it's a shame.
I think that, like, honestly, I'm starting to believe, at least, that there is different developers that are conflicting with what they think is supposed to be difficult or not difficult, that are creating content, because we get these variations, like the 24 man, that seems right. Then we have the Primal, which seems wrong, but last time the Primal was okay. It just seems like there's certain things that maybe they're conflicting opinions on what a battle needs to be, and they're just creating their own content and they're putting it out there. They're not balancing it between developers. Developers are creating content almost, I don't know, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like we're going and we're making content at a consistent difficulty, because I'm happy about one piece of content, one patch, then I'm not happy about it the next patch, because they just either go back a little far or they go up a little bit more. It just seems weird.
Yeah, seems like 5 years later they haven't seems to find a synergy or balance between all the content coming together.
I mean, it's not just like we're going in and we're becoming better players, becoming worse players. Those are things that are elements, of course, but it's the content itself too. Within the same patch, we have such a large variation that's just weird to me. Balana, you were saying something. I'm sorry. I heard you interject there, and I interrupted you.
I started something, and I kind of got away from you a little bit. But yeah, I mean, they do have different developers working on things. And if you look when they have, drag them up on stage on FanFest, and they like, here's all the things this guy has made. And like, oh, fuck this guy. This is the guy who made Titan, and he made that, and these are all the fights that fuck you up. Like, oh, okay, this all makes sense now.
So that's the funny part too. It's like the developer that makes Ultimate, or a developer that made like these fights that we like, or a designer, they end up on stage. We never see the guy who made the content we don't like on stage, do we?
I mean, not everybody puts out, not every track they put out's a banger. Not every, raid or fight that each designer has put out is, a very popular one. So I think they're a little bit selective on what they say that these people have made. They might have made some content. Pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ultimate guy might have made like Lords of Verminion or Zeraval or something. And we're like, we're just not going to say that. We're just going to go forward.
Exactly.
Okay, fair.
Put the greatest hits up. Don't get the B-sides out there.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I think that they do need to step up primals. They need to make it interesting for us. Content in general, I think we don't need to go into this downward slope of let's just make everybody be able to do everything. I feel like that just ruins it. Some people are that refuse to press 3 buttons in a row consecutively should not be able to clear content. But I mean, that's again just my opinion. I might sound like an asshole. I'm a very casual person. I don't know if people actually realize this. I'm casual as fuck with this game. I haven't completed Savage in the tier yet. I've just messed around with it like when I was interested. And if I don't clear it, that's my fault for not investing any time and interest in doing it. You know, it's not because it was too hard. It was because I didn't clear it.
Yeah, well, people don't like to put the blame on themselves like that. People don't like to look internally and be like, oh, what could I be doing better? They're like, oh, no, the game's bullshit.
Yeah.
That shit's too hard. I need to take it down a peg so I can get my free chicken.
Yeah, I work all day. I have kids and everything. I got to take care of them. It's difficult. I can't find the time to go out and raid. Well, that's fine. Do other stuff
That's
in
fine.
the game. That's normal. That's fine. You know, you have 6 months of finding an hour here or there to figure out the content. You could read guides on your own. You don't need to find 7 other people to research the fight if you want to do it that way. There's ways to do it. And again, this leads into a whole bigger conversation, but
You know, it's funny that you say that. My static yesterday, actually, we were talking about 5.0. We are like, guys, maybe we should be more casual. I actually agree. I'm like, yeah, right. You think about it. Is Savage going to be more difficult? I mean, we don't know, but is Savage going to take more than a week? Let's just say we spend 3-4 hours, the skill set that we have, the synergy that we have, the players that we have. If we were to spend 3 hours a day, I'm pretty sure we can still clear in a week, right? Why is that to rush? Then they're like, yeah, true. And for Ultimate, I don't think we will ever do 12, 15 hours a week, which I agree. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's true because that's 7 months. Like, I enjoyed, as much as complaint I have for my UCOP group, like my first UCOP group, those people were not that good. Those people didn't put in that much hours. Some people overslept, you know, normal static stuff going on, right? But we took 7, 8 weeks to clear. Although I complained, but now I think back, I'm like, you know what? Those were the best 8 weeks ever. Like, am I missing something out? No. When you see Larry clear UCOP, even recently, does it matter? It still feels good, right?
yeah,
Why
it
can't
feels
people
good.
have that same, why can't people have the same mindset? Like, dude, if we don't clear today, 24 man, okay, maybe we miss out this week, twine. But if I don't have time this week because of real life stuff, that's fine. That's fine. Real life is obviously more important. Like your kids are obviously more important, right? But why are you complaining? Dude, this time you got 7 months actually. Lol. Like, what are you rushing for? Take your time, right? Maybe next week will be easier for you, you know? Why can't people think like that, right?
We have a year. A year since Savage. So basically, if you look at when the last Savage was released, you have a year before you get maybe another content that's at that same level of difficulty with how long they spread it out with the expansion. You have so much time and so many things. And yeah, people can say, this is a casual MMO, but should we make this just an unfun MMO that's just about going and clicking the next button? It doesn't feel right. But again, bigger conversation. We'll scratch it. We'll go on to something else here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I'm having a whole show about it, because it's been beating in my heart for.
Now I can see it. Now I can sense it. Why you had a show for this? Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the casual part. It's not casual. It's stuff that I enjoy. Main story quest, right? And so doing that, you don't need to be good at the game. You don't need to be You don't have to try to get through the main story quest. You just have to go and do it. Basically, you have to do one dungeon, which people still complain they have to do a dungeon to do it. But you have
Don't
to.
worry, they're soon enough to be able to pull your trust in with you for that dungeon.
Exactly, the trust.
Maybe
can do
they'll
it.
clear it for you.
Funny note, I did squadrons for the first time to level up my Black Mage a little bit, and I'm like, this is actually kind of nice. I can sit here and work off on the side, and then, when I'm not in between calls and stuff, I'm not making 3 other people wait on me when I just walk away from the computer. I don't have to care. I can just come over here and do it. That's kind of nice. But it's still, I couldn't clear Brave Flock's hard mode with my...
Yeah, that one's actually tricky.
I couldn't do it as a Black Mage. I'm sitting there hoping my healer gets me, doesn't die, and then it's like... But it's fun. I'd rather still play with other people. But yeah, main story quest, going through all that stuff. There's some details. I mean, when we saw the trailer for Shadowbringers and all the information they released, they're like, we're becoming the warrior of darkness. We kind of get this idea that there's some big crazy things about to happen. And I've had conversations with people like Ethis and stuff, so I have a broad idea of what's happening within the lore and the background. When we're going through all this stuff, it feels pretty intense and epic. But it kind of, I felt like I was left wanting more. Like nothing got resolved in this main story quest. It felt very just, we're doing stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the new Harry Potter Fantastic Beast movie, but that was a whole just like, let's build up and just cut the movie. Just stop. All right, we went through, we did a whole movie, and then the end just like, meh. See you next movie. There's no like up and down. Like Lord of the Rings, you go through that. It has this like little thing where it goes up, and it does it perfectly throughout 3 movies. And I mean that's because they planned it well, I'm sure. But when we talked about going back to the main story quest here, it really felt I was ready for something crazy and epic, and I feel like they just gave us
nothing really.
There's
forward, no?
There's a few cool moments in the MSQ. It's definitely a good story. It's definitely a good story patch. But yeah, definitely where they decided to cut between like the first half and the second half. It's just they didn't like leave off on like really a cliffhanger. It's kind of just like come back later.
Yeah, you need some rest.
Yeah, you didn't get like the Baelsar's Wall moment that you did before Stormblood.
You know, I mean, we all seen the trailer, right? So for me, when I saw the new dungeon, I'm like, okay, oh shit, are we gonna fight him already? No, and then I immediately know that okay, so if not, then we are exactly where. I mean, we do have a little bit of advance, like why something happened, why that happened, why that dungeon happened, why we are fighting now. We do fill up, fill up those. But it's kind of like very generic, but didn't really feel like we advanced a lot. Like I agree. Like that's the thing about the MSQ up to now, it's like until you are there, you are not really there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get until you are there, you are not really there. You are just at the process. It's like stay tuned for the next one. Stay tuned for the next one. Okay, nothing really.
But I mean, I just wanted some sort like going and fighting them. If it was like, all right, sorry, this might have some minor spoilers in it, guys. I'm just going to go and say it. There's going to be some minor spoilers here. So if you guys have not done the main story quest by now, I recommend muting us and maybe starting on it right now, and then maybe coming back in a second. I would say maybe 10, 15 minutes spoiler mode here. But going through it, and you have this whole little discussion with the main bad guy on the other side, basically, right now. We see him, I forget, Varius? No, Varius is... Solus, okay. So we're talking to him, and we have this whole thing, and we're like, where's this going to go? We kind of get an idea what's going to go. We get the character more. It's a nice little interesting scene, and they're just like, okay, well, we didn't agree. We're going to go fight now. He walks out, we walk out, and then we're just like, okay, dungeon, let's fight. And then it's like a very... go through, oh cool, my guys are fighting with me, that's awesome, that's neat. And then at the end of it, we're like, oh look, these twins are here. Cool, they do stuff. Twin. Yeah. Okay, we didn't kill them, they ran away. Okay.
They're gonna be all over the next expansion.
They're the Grinwald probably of the next one or something. I don't know. But then it just leads us into just a little bit more, and we're done. It just didn't feel like things. I didn't feel anything really happened, if that makes sense. I mean, stuff did, but nothing meant anything to me. I kind of expect that we're gonna fight. They do this whole battle. They're like, hey, here's the zone. Looks exactly like the cinematic where you're fighting Xenos, right? In the middle of a battlefield, you're doing this crazy thing, and then we don't fight Xenos, and then we see a 2-second clip of him right at the end. Oh, he's walking onto the battlefield. I guess we'll get him next time.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing to end on. That little like half-second cutscene is like, oh, he's walking on the end, and that's it. Did I accidentally skip cutscene? It's over. I gotta cheat. What?
We talked back to Crystal Brave, dude. Oh, hey, man. Cool, you're back here. You're the only person we could talk to, I guess, now.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if somebody were to just start playing the game when the final half of this comes out, how much better the flow would be going from this patch to the conclusion.
It feels like there's. I feel it's gonna be like super. I mean, it's good to be dramatic at the end, but I feel like this part 2 is gonna be sudden. Okay, how many quests do you foresee? Like we see 5 now. I expect 5 to 6 the next one. We are gonna get so much more. Like Frosty said, we didn't really resolve anything. We didn't really move forward. Right? We keep getting the voices. We keep telling. We've seen the trailer. We now know that we become Warrior of Darkness. At least probably break it down perfectly already. Like we know what's gonna happen. But can 5 quests really make me feel like holy shit? It finally happened, and it's gonna be so quick. Because I don't see how the 5 quests will last that
They'll
long.
make one that's 45 minutes long. They'll give you the warning scene. They'll say, hey, this is going to be like 45 minutes long, but yeah.
I don't really think you can go off like number of quests, because they could have one quest with like 20 cutscenes in it, and each one's 10 minutes long, and then you get a 2-hour quest. Like,
yeah.
True.
So, I mean, we'll see what they do.
First, I felt like right now we are like, suddenly it's going to be like, over.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I was waiting for something. I was hoping we'd get something, right?
A little bit, right? Yeah,
something.
A little bit, right?
But we got like nothing that was in the trailer, so we didn't really get to see all the stuff that made us hyped for Shadowbringers. We're like, well, you'll get there. You'll see it next patch. We're just leading into the stuff that you're hyped about.
It was this was definitely a lot of setup and not a lot of payoff.
Yeah. But okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to mention on that. It felt kind of weird. I felt like the dungeon. While it was kind of cool, I like the idea that they added those little factors of, hey, you can get in the bubble. You don't even die. If you don't stand in the bubble, you don't die. You just get hurt more. And so it's like, okay. And then they had to do the limit break, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. It wasn't my favorite dungeon still in this expansion is the one with it's the burn right now, I think. The burn was the recent dungeon. Yeah, because the burn felt good. Like when you had the 2 dungeons, you're like, I can go fight a mud pie at the end, and I can kill it without a healer, or I can fight the dragon that's going to destroy my party if they don't pay attention. I was like, I kind of like the burn a little bit more. This one felt like another one that was just like, okay, well, it's just going to be a pretty moderate run through and be done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a slow one too. It's hard to speed this one up all that much. There's a lot of checkpoints.
Yeah, a lot of cock blocks, right? Yeah.
I don't think people who are speedrunning are going to get it below like 12, I think is what they're getting right now. So maybe 11 minutes.
Oh, all right. Well, we can get off that too. And I feel like there's not much to talk about because they didn't really give us too much of the main story quest. Unless you guys have something else you wanted to say about it. It felt pretty just done.
Yeah. I was hoping for more. But I mean, I'm obviously still very interested. Like how, I mean, we should kind of expect what happened. Like maybe this is maybe this upcoming fight wasn't meant to be the one that we should win, or is this planned? I don't know, but I want to see. I'm pretty sure that it's something that I think we will expect, but I want to see how it unfolds to the path. You know,
we're gonna have a fight that's similar to what the Chrysalis was with Xenos, I think. And so,
no, it's gonna be a one-on-one fight with Xenos.
You think it's gonna be a one-on-one?
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be an instance, solo instance. The Xeno Savage, like. Yeah. Unless you're in Eureka by then, I think the server will crash. People will complain again that they cannot do the MSQ. You know, it's gonna be Xeno Savage. Yeah.
Oh, if we get a Rob on again next expansion in the beginning.
Expansion.
I think
there will be a bottleneck, right? There will be a bottleneck.
Well, in 6.0 we're fucked, but in 5.0 it should be figured out. I think it's going to be okay. 5.0 they'll have a way to not make it be the same thing as Raban, and then
we also got world travel, right? So it should be better.
Oh yeah, you jump over to Zalera and try to do it there.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about the fallout from that. World travel is great. The splitting of data centers is going to be a big tricky situation. The
EU, man. The EU split is big yikes, man. I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, I play on EU now, right? I play on EU now because EU prime time transit nicely from my JP prime time. So after my GP prime time finish, the JP starts sleeping. It's where the EU start get home. I immediately hop on EU prime time. And I gotta say, man, I mean, it's already so long. It's already like how many weeks? 16, 17, 18 weeks of Savage. So maybe Party Finder, I shouldn't expect it to feel as fast. I shouldn't expect people to be still sub. Maybe they already got best in stock because it's so easy to gear up via pages. Like we said earlier, what's the incentive? There's no ultimate, right? What's the actual incentive? People probably not sub. People want to do 24-man for the story and or the MSQ. They probably can come back in March and probably don't miss much and still have more time, more than enough time to go through, right? So maybe population is below, but EU already have I feel not enough people already, like they want to split up the EU data center.
I mean, I would.
And fuck the Baobang, right? It's fine, right? But EU,
I'd rather them do it maybe a month, 2 months before the expansion. I feel like we're doing a little bit. I understand why they're doing it. They want to make sure that we have the capacity to deal with all the crazy stuff that's going to come with the expansion, but they have to do it. They have to time it when we're all really bored and we're just like, okay, we're not going to do content. We're not going to find people to do content. Okay, we can handle that for a couple of months. But doing it in March, maybe they're doing it in April. I don't know exactly when they said they were going to do it. I forget. But doing it anytime around that area is just going to give us that much more dead time and that much more people might consider just unsubbing until about a month before the expansion comes out.
It's pretty typical.
Yeah.
Although, imagine how different the atmosphere in the community would be right now if there was an ultimate that came out, this week.
Oh,
imagine how hype everybody would still be going hard on the game.
dude, I wouldn't
I would have Balana on the show. Arthars wouldn't be on the show.
I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, but as you were talking about people staying subscribed, the thing that's probably going to keep really everybody in is Mahjong. To be honest with you, it's kind of funny that we released Mahjong into the game, and all these hardcore raiders, all these casual players, everyone is just talking about learning Mahjong and getting better at Mahjong and beating people at Mahjong and getting bad hands, and it's just something to talk about. We have streams of people playing Mahjong, right? Because people are interested to learn and figure it out, and they want to see how it all plays out. We're pretty hyped right now. I don't know, except for Balana because he didn't do it. But Arthas, you're pretty hyped about it too, as we could tell in the intro part.
I mean, Mahjong is in Asia or Southeast Asia, right? Mahjong is like part of like a way of life. You at some point in life you'll be exposed to this game. We will play this game because it's not just a mini game. It's a very huge social aspect type of game in Asia. Now, I'm not sure how big it is in Japan, but the fact that Japan have their own rule, I assume that it's within their own community, they have their own rule set. I assume that it's pretty big. So I talked to Marco, right? I based on Twitter. I'm like, how Marco is like, every guy who have time will sit down and play, knows how to play. That's how common it is in Japan. I was like, okay. I mean, good to know, because in Asia, in general, Mahjong is quite huge, right? It's not just gambling part. It's not just learning part. It's also sitting down with friends. You don't mind spending 6 out. Like ever since they released, subconsciously, I just play 6-8 hours of stream. I didn't plan for that, but it just happened, right? It's just like, it's good. But I don't need 14 to play Mahjong. But after everything we covered today, 24-man replayability not there. You need to rush, no. MSQ, not much. Need to rush, no. Primal, relevant, not really. Need to do, no. No ultimate, that is the biggest thing. The reason why Mahjong, for me at least, is a content. Not really needed in this game, I feel, but why am I playing it? It's because mainly there's nothing. Not because it's like blow out of proportion, fantastic. I love it, but you get what I'm trying to say?
No, absolutely, yeah. It's you need Mahjong in Final Fantasy 14 to play with other people from Final Fantasy 14, because I mean, no one will play Mahjong. They're not going to websites to play it that are in America or in EU. I think that's not like super popular there, but everyone's like, wow, this is interesting. This is some.
Might as well, right? Nothing to do now, right? Might as well. It's new, seemingly fun. It's fun. I mean, it's fun. If you already tried it by now, you know it's fun. But
and it caters to the weeb culture too, right? And so I mean, like we all feel like way more in touch with our weeb sides if we know how to play Mahjong. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I see a lot of people like even in my Discord, I see a lot of people online trying to learn. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like
Mm-hmm.
I obviously no disrespect. Again, no disrespect. I obviously don't see like the EUNA. I mean, obviously there's some special one that somehow already weep before they discovered this weep side of them. They were already weep. They already played before. But aside from these few individual, right? Most of the NAEU probably just want to play for fun, learn it. It's good because computerized mahjong is very easy to get into. Computerized mahjong is very it's nowhere the same or difficult or punish. You have nothing to lose anyway. It's not as difficult, time consuming, really need to be that good. It's just you play for fun. I think it's good to learn, but mainly because there's nothing to do. But it's fun that it's fun that we have people in Twitch chat asking about how to play, and then I mean I love to play it. And while I'm playing it, people ask me questions I can answer. Let's be honest, it's like, I mean, some people might not agree, but I didn't expect as well. It's actually good fucking streaming content, man. I get to focus, I get to analyze. People get to watch. People get asked questions. It's actually like
it's a Herf style. It's Herf style or Hearthstone style kind of streaming. Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, this actually works. So I try one more day. Wow, it works. More people want to see it. More people want to learn it. Wow, it works. I get higher level. I play with better people who are on NAEU watch. I say, wow, you're actually playing with really good players. When I play on NAEU, they just click the suggestion. Yeah. They just let me win. It feels good though. I mean, Mahjong is not difficult to win. It's very easy to win in Mahjong. Anybody can win in Mahjong. But compared to real life, where there are something at stake, time, money, and in computer also it's programmed. Let's be really honest. Sometimes some of you feel that, I got a big head. It is programmed. Computerized Mahjong is not like in real life. The shuffling is random. The algorithm makes it to make the game. If Final Fantasy 4, I mean, I played for 5 days, right? If Final Fantasy 14 Mahjong, right, is the same as real life, right? People would not have played already. People would have quit already. It's so much harder to get a winning hand in real life. It's good that they put it in, also, right? EUNA doesn't play before. They want you to learn. I mean, it's in the game, right? I mean, they wanted poker. I would love poker. I would love to learn poker. Poker is something in my culture that, unlike you guys, we were never exposed to. There's not enough people. I would love to learn it. But you know what? They put this in, even as someone who knows Chinese Mahjong, but nothing about Japanese. I don't mind learning it. It's fun. And I appreciate that. All the tips, the suggestions, the prompts, kind of makes it easy for everybody to get into, but honestly, I wouldn't really look too much into it. I don't want you to be like, hey guys, let's work towards 2020. I mean, we joke about it. Let's work towards 2020 Mahjong. See you on the main stage of Las Vegas. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen, but
I hope that the Fan Fest, they introduce tile sets that people can buy. That would sell out if they do. They're probably going to do that at the JP Fan Fest. They're probably going to sell tile sets there.
For sure. I had no idea so much JP plays this game, and they play so well. It's so hard to win a full game. It's hard to win a game. It's so hard to win overall. Because Mahjong is not about number of wins. It's about how much lesser you lose. But when you are learning, I don't think it matters. When you are learning, if you can get a winning hand, you win it. It feels good. If I lose more, it doesn't matter. I win one game, it doesn't matter. But the main access of Mahjong is not in there, Like also with the people you play with. If the people are not good enough, you actually are not gonna learn more than that. It's kind of like for me, I learned a lot. I learned a lot with these Japanese, but for the EUNA starting out, I'm pretty sure you guys learned a lot because it's a brand new game, but to break the next ceiling, I think is very difficult. Mahjong is not a game.
I like how you say break the next ceiling. This is your way of expressing that.
Yeah, I want to make it very clear to everybody. You don't learn Mahjong and be good in one day. People learn it a decade. People learn it 2 decades. People still not good at it. You are just scratching the surface, man. It's super deep, man. But I don't think this game wants you to go that deep. So
no, this is so. I wanted to hit something that you said earlier. You said that you want to learn poker, but no one really plays it. You're always been kind of interested. I think that's 100% the mentality most people who play this game. with Mahjong is they never, there's no, where are they gonna, they don't have friends who play Mahjong, except for now they do. They have an entire MMO of friends that play Mahjong. And so now they're put into this world of something that they always wanted to kind of understand. Like, I always wanted to understand it, but it was always complicated. It's like, oh, that's just a game. That's just, I'm never going to really get into because it's complicated and I don't have people who will constantly play with me. Now everybody has this open access to learn Mahjong in the NA and EU communities, and they're going to just take advantage of it. And they're going to play it, and they're going to learn, and this is good, because this is actually culturizing, you know, some of these people. It's introducing them to something that's actually very important in communities that they care about, obviously. So this is good. This is good in that aspect. I do think that Mahjong is deep as shit. It is the deepest fucking... Because when you think about it...
Mental.
Yeah,
it's very mental.
You can understand the game, you understand what the hands are, you win. Then you need to understand what your opponents are doing. You have to understand why they put that tile down. You have to understand where I'm going to get points away from this other player who's in the lead. And you have to start putting all these other different things that are competitive into the tile placement that you're putting down next. Or if you're going to pawn, or if you're going to chi, or if you're going to do whatever. And so Mahjong's a very deep game. And I think the way they implement it in this game, while lots of people may not go very deep, it still has a high possibility of going deep. But there's not...
It's funny to say this. I'm not sure whether you guys experience it yet. The real Mahjong begins when it becomes difficult to win. That is where the real Mahjong begins. That's where all the mental come in. That's where all the planning, that's where all the baiting, that's where all the different mentality comes in. When you are just throwing out suggestion, prompt, yeah, I win, woo, I win, wee. You are just starting out. That's not because you become better. That's because you are starting out, just like everybody else. There's a reason why you win easier, because those people doesn't know what they are doing. The moment you get to a point where it becomes super difficult to win games. Now, this might sound really weird. If I don't win, what's the fun? No. Mahjong is different. The harder it is to win, the more fun it is. Because when you hit that jackpot, that's why you saw my clip. The moment I hit that jackpot, it's hard to explain, man.
No, that's not hard to explain. It's completely understandable. The harder it is to win, the better it feels to win. Which is the same thing with fucking content being difficult. It's the same thing with PvP. It's the same thing with everything. Being challenging.
You had this before the show even started. You had me clearing ultimate, and then you had Arthur's like winning a hand, and we're both freaking out about it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
They're both difficult situations, but. God, so, no, this is the thing I think that's getting lost within this whole new generation of Fortnite kitty gamer people. But it's just like something that I want to see more is in the future, that people just understand the challenge is the victory. I mean, having losing is not horrible. Losing is something that builds us up to, like, God, fuck you, Arthas. I'm going to a different conversation already.
No, that's a very good one, because I noticed a lot of Twitch chat comments as well when they, I mean, obviously they don't know Mahjong, so I cannot blame them. Like, they go in, they see me lose again, like, I get wrecked. I'm like, this is normal. You are not going to win every single game. Even you are the best Mahjong player in the world, you're not going to win 10 out of 10 games. Maybe you win 3 out of 5, but you win the big 3 out of 5 rather than 3 small out of 10, you know? That's the difference. But a lot of people don't see it. So it's like, I feel like a lot of people get the wrong idea. Maybe, like you say, maybe it's a mentality, like they don't get the fact that losing sometimes is not such a bad idea. You actually learn more, you actually progress more as you lose or you actually hit setback. It's not just about that one time, that second time, you know, it's like, we need challenge, man. We need challenge, man. Not just, it doesn't only come from ultimate or hard content or failing a 24 man. It's fun. Fun is very subjective, I guess. Maybe some people just want instant gratification. I can't blame them. You know, I guess I can't blame them.
Yeah. Anyways, next to conversation. Mahjong. Okay, so going up to it, the other thing that's kind of weird about this, and I thought about it, I was like, Mahjong, okay, I sit down, I play, I think triple triad, okay, I play a match, is done real quick. It's just play a quick hand. But it's not. It's like poker. You go to a poker event, you play multiple hands over and over and over again. Mahjong's the same thing. When you queue into a dungeon, the one thing that's going to make a lot of people fall off, or not a dungeon, when you queue into a game, the thing that's going to make most people fall off is that you're looking at 80 minutes time. You're not looking at like immediate. I mean, it could be faster, right? But these games can you have up to about 80 minutes until they're like, okay, this maybe this is a little bit too long. So you could be sitting into long games, and people are just. Do you think players are going to be dedicated enough to stay in these matches?
You know, for me, I feel. Wow, now you put it there. I mean, I don't know how long a game in the West take, right? But by the way, do you know that the amount of games you play is only half a round? It's not a full round. It's
Really?
half a round. Generally, a Mahjong game, right? A full round, right? A full win, right? North, south, east, west times 4 times, right? It takes 45 minutes. So when you tell me that people actually take 80, I heard people say that it actually took the whole instance. I was like, dude, that's only half a round. In real life, advanced player only take 25 minutes. Like right now, I'm on the advanced Mahjong level queue, right? You know how long it takes for one game? 15 minutes. Everybody just it's super quick.
Yeah.
But I heard people take full instance. I'm like, okay. Now, because Mahjong, you have to play one full round. Otherwise, it would be disadvantage. You might lose a lot. But usually, your tally only counts after the whole round. So half a round for me actually feel like sometimes you will be at disadvantage, computerized or not. Even in real life, half a round, some people will be disadvantaged because you never go through the whole sequence of what a Mahjong game fairness should be. So,
right.
But now you talk about it, wow, it makes sense why they put it half. But
yeah, no, absolutely.
I think it's okay. I mean, again, I don't know how often the NAEU queue. I don't know how often they just leave me game. But so far for me, again, I have no idea how deep the JP plays. But just going by what I played the last few days, I think these people means business, man. Like some of these people are really fucking crazy. I see sprouts. I see people with level 20 gear playing at the highest level. I'm like, did you just make an all for this? Like, what the fuck? Did you just come back for this?
That's weird, but I mean, like, you know.
Nah, man, it's a trial account. You don't even need to pay for the game to play.
Yeah, right? Did you just play this game? Are you like a fucking Mahjong online professional? Play this game for 50. I see them wearing those masks, those white color robe that they give in MSQ. You know, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Are you here just for this? They are so good. It makes me feel like, what the fuck is going on? Did somebody get their grandma an account just to play this? Hey, grandma. Hey, Jimmy.
She'll play.
Hey, what are you doing? I see you fighting internet monsters. Granny needs food. Granny, shut the fuck up. Here's a trial account. Go play Mahjong. Holy shit. Are they doing that?
Maybe.
Because I find it really unbelievable, man. Like, holy shit, dude. It's insane.
But the thing is, it's going to keep people sub because they're like, hey, this is something I can do, and my friends are going to get it.
You don't even need a sub, though. That's the best part, man. Best part, dude.
If you don't have a sub and you're level 70, can you still log in?
No.
Stop. No.
You have to get a trial account. So they'd have to go through all the work of getting a trial account and everything. So I think it'll keep some people subbed, maybe. I don't know. We could also really quick mention Air Force One. Did you guys try Air Force One?
Okay.
No.
It's like a Disney ride. It's just like you're just going through and you're like, okay, click.
I mean, they showed the whole thing at the live letter, so I was like, I guess I could go do that at some point if I want a little MGP.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's for. Is for MGP. I mean, it's just. I wish they introduced difficulty levels like they do with the botanist game, and they're like, oh, if you're like good at clicking on targets, then maybe we can make it a little bit more challenging for you. But I've done it so many times, and it's been.
No, but have you guys noticed? Have you guys seen deeper? You guys saw dungeon, right? You guys, let me just recap real quick. Something's brewing here.
Okay.
You guys see the 24, right?
Yeah.
24 man. You guys saw the sniping mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Right? The scope and shit, right? You guys saw the dungeon, right? With parachuting mechanic, right? You guys see Air Force One. Holy shit, dude. I think Square Enix is up to something here, man. I think the next 72 man is gonna be BR, dude.
Yeah. All machinist. Just machinist, yeah. No, I can see it. I mean, that's what PvP is right now. Mostly just machinist, pushing people off ledges and shooting them. But it's we'll see. Maybe. Yeah. God damn it. No, there was one other thing, and while you were saying that, I wanted to bring up the sniper shot in the 24-man. I will say the one thing that just didn't feel right is that the mechanic has almost a full circle. They have the one opening, right? Your vulnerable back spot. You're like, man, this is a spot that doesn't need to get hit. That I will get hurt if I let a shot go through in this little opening. But the mechanic is to put the opening towards the sniper, and that's how you pass it.
It's pretty counterintuitive.
I don't know, dude. I died, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's so you get a little circle around you. It's in 4 segments, but one of the segments is missing, and you have to face the open part of it towards him. I think a big part of that is bad signaling on the circle around you, because it's like a big glowy gold circle. If it was like red or like angry looking, like because it looks like it's supposed to protect you, but if you read the tooltip of the debuff, it's like, oh, he's targeting every part of you except for this direction, and that's how you link that to the thing around you, and you need to. It's some back ass words.
Yeah, no, that's why.
I thought sniper is supposed to be the opposite, right? It aimed this part, right? So everyone
one spot. Yeah, you just shoot forward. You don't shoot and curve it around.
It's his targeting system. He targets you on every side except for one.
Okay.
Final Fantasy.
I died to it the first time too.
Well, I mean, it's just weird. Okay, I think that pretty much hits all the different aspects that, at least that I care about in the patch cycle so far. And I mean, honestly, us except for me with the Primal and Balana with Mahjong, we've pretty much completed the patch. And are you guys? I don't know what to say. What else are we gonna do for the next couple of weeks? Are we just gonna log in, play Mahjong?
I mean, Blue Mage. We got Blue Mage next week.
Blue Mage next week. Okay, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I personally, after going through this 1 week, I'm like, yeah, okay, Blue Mage. A lot of people kind of outraged. I think. I mean, Reddit outraged at everything.
Oh, everybody's upset. Yeah, no, yeah, everyone's upset about it. Yeah.
I actually think it's okay, right? This week you finish up all you need to finish. If you really want to do some stuff, you play the Mahjong. It kills a lot of time, by the way. Really kills time.
Yeah.
But I think it's fine. The fact that we enjoy 24 and those people who complain 24-man too difficult, right? Hey, you got 3 more days before Blue Mage comes out, so I guess you can get everything done this week. Next week onward, you can play Blue Mage. I'm not sure, man. Like, what type of time frame are we looking at? Leveling to 50? And then how difficult is the solo content? So I guess until we experience that next week and see how long it takes, then maybe it will make sense why they actually drag it 1 week. But I think it's fine because now actually I'm thinking about, hey, maybe next week I got time, I can do Blue Mage. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it this week, to be honest. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it this week. So
we'll see how Blue Mage plays out.
It won't take too long to level. I don't think they're saying you're gonna get bonus XP from outdoor things, so you're just gonna go jump in fate trains. Yeah, it's gonna be the 2.0 experience all over again. And now we have all the EXP boosting items to get us a longer way. Like you get like the brand new ring, you get the friendship circlet, you get the Baron earrings.
Yeah, right. Like if open world mob drops so much XP, those food 3% more is going to be like way more, Yeah. Those buff.
I think you can get the bonus, not counting rested, up to not counting rested or armory experience. I think you can stack up to like 80% now. So if rested and armory bonus apply to that, you're gonna be cruising along.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, by the way, that is next week's show. We have a Blue Mage show that we're doing, and we're going to be talking about a review on that. And I'm bringing on a couple people who you guys might not know as much. Actually, you'll know one, Kayoko. He does the fashion report every single week. He'll be coming on because he's pretty excited about Blue Mage. So he's coming on. I don't know if we have the guest list completely solved, but he's definitely coming. And Angelus Demonus, which some people may know, he is one of the top Palace of the Dead leaderboard. What's the other one? Jesus.
Heaven on High.
Heaven on High. He's like the top. If you look through the leaderboards of Heaven on High, you'll see his name all over it. He's a pretty badass player. Very nice. But he will be on to talk about. They're both like super prepped for doing Blue Mage. They got gear already. They got food. They got potions. They got everything that is for the leveling experience to take their Blue Mage through it. And so they're gonna bash into it pretty hard. And we'll have a discussion on it next week.
Oh yeah, I've got gear all the way up to 50. All crafted up and ready to go.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be a fucking crazy situation. I want to see how it turns out. Hopefully it's enjoyable at least. I know it's not a real job, but hopefully it's enjoyable. As Balana put it, maybe a part-time job.
Yeah, like I appreciate that they want to. I mean, I probably miss. Everything I'm about to say probably covered in the Blue Mage thingy already. You guys covered before, but I mean, as much as I'm sitting here and think that it's not gonna take off, but I hope it does. Like, we don't have a solo content. I don't see how complicated it can become. I don't see how it can be really. Reach that level, but
solo content's crafting.
I mean, they've data mined all the Blue Mage abilities. You can go and read them all, and so I don't know, a little disappointing. I thought it would be a little bit more out there, like the Logos actions, but it seems pretty tame from what I've read so far.
Now, even if it fails, right? I think Square Enix kind of have a safety net here. Not sure whether they will take it or not, though. Like, let's just say if this whole shit falls apart, somewhere in the future, I mean, I'm a developer, right? I wouldn't rule out the chance that maybe in the future this can be a actual playable job. Yeah, I'm not gonna rule that out. I'm hoping that it fails so that we get there, but I also don't mind and wish the best for its current limited job system. Hopefully it's success, but I guess both way works. Just don't fuck it up. Just don't be the way that we all know. Right now, I think everybody thinks it's gonna be just like
maybe. We just have to wait, man. We just have to wait. Yeah. That's the thing with a lot of the content. It seems is that it could be amazing or it could be disappointing. Those are we get that every single time.
The Eureka one as well. There's so much. Now fucking up can be good. 5.0 they have the time to look back, like how they look back at Diadem. I mean, a lot of people can complain about Eureka, but I think they look back at Diadem and kind of make. I mean, Eureka is better than Diadem, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, Blue Mage fucks up or the new Eureka raid system fuck up. Maybe they can look into 5.0. Like, I am pretty sure 5.0 will have 3 ultimate. At this point, I'm pretty confident 5.0 will have 3 ultimate. Hopefully, all this content growing forward to 5.0, we will see some improvement. Otherwise, if a new expansion doesn't change anything, we are waiting 2 more years. Right now, this Storm's Blood Ultimate kind of saved the grace and makes Storm's Blood like
Ultima was. Can you imagine this expansion without Ultima? I mean,
without Ultimate at all.
Ultimate, yeah, it's.
We are not moving forward, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully, I wish, man, 5.0. I want to see something better.
Yeah.
That includes 24 man. If we go back to the earlier of the show, that includes 24 man. That includes all patch Primal. Hopefully Eureka. I think Eureka is okay to stay. Hopefully Blue Mage fucks up and become a job. Yeah.
I hope they add more difficulty levels just for fun. Even if they're out of sync, they don't make sense. They're out of tune. Yeah, just HP damage buffs, throw them in there, just make it more difficult and be done with it. Don't like balance it. Just say fuck it. You know what? They want more content. Now it's going to take 2 times longer to kill and hit 2 times harder. I mean, it's just it doesn't. And all the ads, like you can only pull 1 pack at a time or you die. It's just that would be.
Dude, ads, man. You talk about it. I have not. Ad space in this game has been disappointing it's been very disappointing lately, man. This ad space mechanic thingy they implement in Red and in Primal. Oh my god. I think they're running out of ideas. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I've played this game 5 years. I don't mind playing this game for 5 more years, but I look at Serial, all the mechanic they throw in. I look at the ad space they are doing these days. Like, I'm like, oh my god, 5.0 you.
MMOs, man. MMOs, dude. They're just like, they're going in this weird direction. Okay, we can wrap up the show now. We can wrap up. We had a pretty good talk here. But But yeah, next week we're going to do the Blue Mage show, everybody. And then the week after that, we're going to be doing another show with Arthas, who's coming on, which is going to be the MMO, the evolution of MMOs, basically, is what we're going to talk about. It's
going to be the Salt show. Is that what's going on then?
It's probably going to be a Salt show.
You got a little taste of it this time.
You got a taste of what I'm thinking. Other people, I'm hoping, will have different. I'm sure we're gonna have Ethis on the show as well. And Happy.
Wait, that's Happy, right?
Yeah,
If Happy is there, you will get. You definitely will get.
The casuals in chat.
You definitely will have. Happy is very political. So should be fine.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have a large variety of different opinions out there, and a lot of people to counterbalance me and all of my frustration. I'm sure. All Arthas probably won't be counterbalancing me, so we're gonna have to depend on other people to do it. But yeah, no, we'll be doing those shows, and then after that, I'm going to be at FanFest over in EU, the Paris FanFest, to do the shoutcasting for the FRC event, which will be fun. I like doing it. I have a lot of fun doing it. So you guys should check that out. The other thing that I want to talk about real quick is I want to make sure you guys get your shoutouts and everything, and then I'll go through all the closing remarks actually. So let's Balana, let's do some of your closing shout-out statements, whatever you want to say before finishing up the show.
Oh, well, thank you, Frosty. Thank you again for having me on. Always a great time on here to talk a little Final Fantasy, a little MogTalk with you.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Free Company, Elysium, everybody in there, all you crazy people, you know who you are. Shout outs to everybody on Gilgamesh and the people who make that server what it is. And shout outs to you, the viewers who come by and watch us ramble on about a decade-old MMO at this point.
Yeah. It's pretty old now. It feels that way. Yeah. Arthas.
Shout out to everyone here, man. The three of us, right? Thanks for having me. Thank you for me being here. Thanks, Frosty. It's been a year, man. The last MogTalk.
It's been a while.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah.
Meeting amazing people. Like, again, I always say this. For me, it's very lonely in the JP. Forever alone. To be able to me and Frosty don't even play together. But the fact that I can be here talking to Balana, talking to Frosty, or some other guest on the show that I get invited to, I'm looking forward to the one with Ethis and Happy. I don't get to play with you guys, right? But the fact that we have the same understanding and you bringing me together with these amazing people, right? I mean, big shout out to you, man. And also Twitch chat, obviously. As much as trolls you guys are, but again, back to my original point, playing myself. I mean, that doesn't sound right, but the fact that you guys are on the Final Fantasy XIV Twitch directory, hanging out channel to channel. When I'm watching a streamer, you guys are there. When I'm streaming, you guys are there. Thanks for hanging around, making this community amazing. And also, recently playing on EU. Shout out to all those EU players, coming back from work. I still happen to be streaming. Drop by my stream, help me clear content. We do content together. Huge shout out. And NAs as well. Obviously, I plans to go back to NA to play again. So, hope to see you guys hang around until 5.0. You might not see me a lot in Final Fantasy 14, but I will still be streaming, but playing other games. But hopefully we will be here. Hopefully we get more people coming in for 5.0 and make this community even better. Shout out to everyone, man.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. And by the way, to check out these guys, please give them a follow if you haven't. Balana, he's been playing some Kingdom Hearts recently, so I'm assuming he's going to play Kingdom Hearts 3 when it comes out soon.
Well, I've that's the thing. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game before. Until this month, and I was like, this Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. I should probably jump on this. So I've been trying to play through all of them before the game starts. I've got a spreadsheet going. I have to put in 4 hours a day to have a hope of finishing before 3 comes out. Because there's apparently 9 games. So
it's pretty crazy.
I've been trying to stream all those. So it's
Balana around. Name's definitely right under him. So you guys get that, as well as Arthas, of course. His name is super simple. Up there as well. You just have to put that R in there. You think Arthas, as in the Frozen Dark Knight or whatever WoW person, but then you got Arthas with the R, and it's good. But guys,
don't go to don't forget the R. Otherwise, you will bring you to a Russian stream. But the Russian streamer got banned. So yay!
Hey, you don't gotta worry about it.
Man, that's feels bad, man.
Yeah. Guys, thank you everybody who came to watch the show today. I had a really great time. Thank you, Arthas and Balana, for both being on here. You guys were fantastic guests. I'm so glad I got both of you here. And I am hoping I'm going to have you guys on a lot more shows coming up in the future. This next year is going to be kind of interesting. We're going to see what we can do. I'm going to see if I can balance that out with classes and everything else, how I'm going to be able to do the different shows. But there's going to, even while we're in the dead time kind of between expansions, there's still a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of things that I want to discuss with the community and see where you guys are at with it. So I hope you guys join us. You'll always be on Saturday around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific. It really depends on the schedule. Time zones and work make things kind of weird. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. By the way, I am trying to do, just out of curiosity, I've never done anything where I've tried to promote subs or anything else for this channel. But I'm going to see what we can do within the next month. And then with that, what I can put that towards with the show and everything else. So if you guys enjoy the channel, you guys enjoy anything else here, please do a Twitch Prime sub or regular sub, whatever. Feel free, and we'll see what we can do with this whole month. And follow the channel if you just want to come by and watch. And that's really it, guys. I appreciate everything here. We'll see you next week. Remember to be good, to keep cool, and, you know, stay frosty, guys. Bye!
The mandatory wave.
Yeah, mandatory wave.